Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jag, and in today's class we're going to continue with our Math 8 content, and the topic is going to be on inequalities. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so here we are. So I put down the title here for inequalities. So let's start off with an example, okay? And let's try something that is quite simple first, okay? So we're going to try b minus 2. This is greater than 8, okay? And again, make sure you don't mess up in terms of the signs. This is the greater than sign, okay? And the less than sign would be in the opposite direction. So say I'm solving this inequality. It's just like an equation. What I want to do is make sure I'm taking the number to the other side. And I have to change the sign. So b is going to be greater than 8 plus 2. Okay, so it's just like this. And so b is greater than 10 in this case. Okay, so the question says to solve each inequality and graph its solution. So let's try the graph for this. And we're just going to make, it's basically just like a number line when you graph it out. I'm going to go up by ones here, okay? 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is right here, okay? And again, there would be some numbers, okay? If you want, you can actually write down all the numbers here. The value for b is greater than 10, okay? So 10 is right here. I'm going to make a circle, and it's greater than 10, okay? So I notice that my arrow should be going towards the right side, okay? Now what I want everyone to note down is that I have an open circle here. And the reason is b has to be greater than 10, okay? And b is not actually equal to 10. It's just greater than 10, okay? So the circle I draw here has to be an open circle. All right? Are there any questions there? Good, that looks good. So let's go to the next question here. So this was just like a simple, okay, inequality. So let's try this one. So I have 2x plus 4. Okay, and it's greater than or equal to 24. So say it's like this. Again, what I'm going to do here is take the 4 to the opposite side, and we're going to change the sign. Okay, so 2x is greater than or equal to 24 minus 4. Okay, I'm going to subtract it here. So 2x is greater than or equal to 20. Again, we're looking for the value of x here, or the range of values. So I'm going to divide it by 2 on both sides. So the 2 cancels out. Okay, and in this case, x is going to be greater than or equal to 10. Okay, everyone is good? Now say I'm going to graph this out. Again, we're just going to make like a line graph here. Make sure you use a ruler, okay? Or 5, and just extend it. Okay, so 10 is again right here. Looks like we're getting like kind of the same answers here. Okay, this time the value of x is actually greater than or equal to 10. Because it's actually equal to 10, you're going to draw like the circle, but I'm going to color the circle in. And again, it's greater than or equal to 10, so we're going to make our arrow going this way, okay, towards the right. Everyone see that? So anytime you see the equal to sign, I have to make sure I color in my circle. If you look at that top example, there's no equal to sign here. And that's why when I'm using the circle, it's an open circle here. Okay? All right, that looks good. So let's go to a different question where we're going to actually use the distributive property here. Okay? So let's try that. So we're going to put it as an example as well. Okay? Let's try the distributive property with this question. So negative 3. P plus 1 less than or equal, okay, to negative 18. So say this is the question. And I'm going to open up the brackets here, okay? So we're doing negative 3 times P, so negative 3P. And then negative 3 times 1, which is equal to negative 3. Okay? And this time, this is actually less than or equal to negative 18. Okay, in the next step, I'm going to take the negative 3 to the opposite side. Okay, And we're going to change the sign. So negative 3p is less than or equal to negative 18 plus 3. Okay? So say we have this. And there's going to be one more rule here. So negative 3p is less than or equal, okay, to negative 18 plus 3 is negative 15. Okay, so what I want to note down here is when I'm solving for the value of p, when I divide this by a negative number, so I'm dividing it by negative 3 here, this is going to cancel out. But because I'm dividing it by a negative number, this sign is actually going to change direction. So it's going to be p is greater than or equal to 5. Okay, because we're doing negative 15 divided by negative 3, which is equal to positive 5. Okay, so I'm going to make a note here that says change the sign. And let's put when dividing. Okay, so when dividing, let's put by a negative number. Okay, and again, note down, okay, that we're not actually solving for the actual variable here. This is just kind of like a range of variables, okay, that you're going to have. So everyone sees that? So let's try the graph for this, okay, and I'm just going to write it, make it right here underneath, okay. So the zero line should always, the zero number should always be there in your graph, okay. So 5 is right here. And p is, let's make some more lines here. P is greater than or equal to 5, okay? So again, because it's equal to 5, I'm going to color this circle in, okay? And then it's greater than, so it's going to basically go towards the right side, okay? So make sure you don't forget to actually change the sign here, okay? So it's not going to be less than or equal to going in this direction. I have to make sure I change the sign, and I'm just dividing it by that negative number, okay, to solve for the p value or the range of the p values. Okay, any questions so far? Good. Okay, let's try an example, okay, where we're using a fraction. So let's try this one. So this is m over 3 minus 3, and it's less than or equal to negative 6, okay? So again, I want to do, what I'm doing here is I'm going to take the negative 3 to the other side. We're going to change the sign. So it's m over 3 is less than or equal to negative 6 plus 3. Does everyone see that? Okay. So it's kind of just like doing an equation. So it's m over 3 is less than or equal to negative 3. Okay, so I'm doing negative 6 plus 3. So negative 3. Okay, the signs are different here, so I'm going to subtract the numbers, and I'm taking the sign of the bigger number here, which is the 6. Okay, the 6 is negative, so I know that the 3 has to be negative here. Are we good so far? Okay, now to solve for the value of m, I'm going to basically multiply by the lowest common denominator here, which is 3. So we're going to times it by 3 on both sides, okay? And what happens is this 3 just cancels out. And what we're left with here is basically m is less than or equal to negative 9. Okay, everyone sees that? So that's my answer, basically. Okay, and then we're just going to draw a quick sketch here. So I'm going to put the 0 line, okay? Let's do 9. 5, 9. So this is negative 9 right here, okay? So again, actually, we should have put it the other way. Okay, like this. M is actually less than or equal, okay, to negative 9. Okay, and notice here when I'm dividing, or I was multiplying actually by 3 here. Okay, so I don't need to change the sign, okay, if I'm multiplying on both sides. Okay, because I see the equal sign here, I have to make sure I'm coloring in my circle. And M is less than or equal to negative 9. Okay, so in this case, actually, it's going in the opposite direction. Does everyone see that? Okay, I'm not making it going in this direction. If it was going towards the right, that would mean that m is greater than or equal to negative 9. Okay, so we have to make sure we watch out in terms of basically the negative signs. All right. And that's how you basically solve these inequalities. All right. And again, all you're doing is solving it in terms of kind of like an equation. Okay. The only difference here is basically what we saw in the previous example. Okay. Where we had to change our sign because we were dividing it by a negative number here. Okay. And if you don't see that, then just keep the sign the same. Okay. Like we did in this example. Okay. And we just had -9 as our answer. And the range of the m values is less than or equal to -9. All right. Okay, so that looks good. And if there are no questions, that does bring this video to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see everyone next time. Thanks. Bye.